This is cool, man. This is cool. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, you can throw a logo up there. Can black me out. Yeah, I'm hiding behind the cloak of darkness. See if I can get this stream going. So we got one watching. That's probably me. So we got one watching. All right. So boom, put it in the group. What's everybody doing this afternoon? That much, huh? We got no comments. 3 viewers. I love y'all. I'm about to start smiling and dialing. I'm just getting this shared into the group. You are obviously subscribers. I appreciate y'all being here. I hope as y'all find y'all's way back home, it's most good. So this is something that we dropped the other day. I can hide this now. What's up, everybody? If you can hear me, let me know. If you can't hear me, let me know. I'm gonna show y'all something. Look at this. I can share a screen. Savage. Let's do the big screen split right here. Look at this. Look at this.
Tried to reach you. But Jack, this is John here. I returned your call. I returned, I don't know what you're calling for, but I tried to reach you. But
so I want to show you something. See this little stat right here? We got 158 callback ins. We dropped 1,000 voicemails that day now. You can see a little 20 piece here. You can see that day there was some calls, but this is all our company lines. The next day there was 32 calls. Those were probably outbound calls, people calling back. Now it's fell down to 5, and we're flatlined, okay? So what I originally planned on doing for y'all today was coming in here and listening to these voicemails or listening to these callbacks and giving the guys some coaching. So anyways, appreciate that. Free education. Nice dog, Randy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull this up, and again these calls. I'm gonna jump in here and see what I can figure out, because we've got that guy there. Listen to this voicemail that was left right here.
Hi, Lori. You guys called about some property. I'm just not sure which property you say. So we had called back. Thank you.
So I'm gonna call this lady back right here. This one's fairly simple. I'm gonna record the call so somebody can hear it. But the thing about it is I'm calling through the system. So the rest of the team should be able to go back and listen to this call at some point. Now, the biggest thing when you're doing this, one goal. That's to get the address. When you get the address, next goal is to set the appointment.
To an automatic voice message system 8.
Okay. Can't leave a message. Not going to dox this lead. Pretty decent lead. So, not going to dox him. But I am going to go through and listen to a lot of these voicemails. Okay, so Peter had a call, but they didn't record it. Somebody called back Peter, and it was a 10-minute and 33-second callback.
Corey, this is Linda calling you back about the property in Paradise. We just keep missing each other. Give me a call.
Okay. We drop these in, and then anybody can go get it. Got my handy dandy pen. Yes, ma'am. This is Corey Thompson. I called you about a property in Paradise.
Exactly. I called you back and I'm busy. You called me back. I'm like, oh no, we just cannot hook up. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I am well today.
That's
So,
awesome.
are you house shopping?
Well, we buy houses to own or finance or rent, so we're always house shopping. Wow, what you got?
Well, this house is 2,350 square feet, and it's a custom. I built it, and it's my eighth house to build. So, you always think you got it right. Then you decide, no, maybe you need to do it again.
That's
It's
awesome.
got a lot of built-ins. It's got a whole lot of built-ins, which everybody wants somehow. It has a pool. It has a big outbuilding in the back. And the outbuilding, I'm saying, is like a barn that's got half of it is just to cover, like if you wanted to, like my daddy's truck is up there.
What kind of truck is it?
And it's a 1985 Ford F-250 with 60,000 miles on it, diesel.
Really?
Yeah, everybody thinks they need that. And I'm sorry to say that I inherited that, and my son will inherit it as well.
That's awesome.
It's great. It is awesome. It is awesome. So anyway, it's got a place for two cars to be under that, and then the other side of it's closed in with a floor and an air conditioner. And it also has a roll-up door with a ramp where you can drive up motorcycles and whatever, golf carts or four-wheelers, or that's what it's full of right now.
Well, what would you like
Three
to?
bedrooms, 2.5 baths, in a 15,000-gallon in-ground pool. And the garage is detached because it makes your insurance cheaper. I'm surprised at the people that don't know that.
This is the eighth one you've built.
It is number 8.
That's awesome. You're living my best life.
Yeah, it sounds like you're doing the same.
I've never had the guts to build one. So, you're
Oh my goodness.
you're a lot braver than I am.
Well, I did it back when real estate was a crazy market, and I bought one. Well, I draw house plans. I don't do it for a living. I just do it for myself. I have sold a few, but so once I did that, then it was like, okay, I need to build a house. That was way back, like forever ago, because this is number 8, and I built it in 22 years ago. I mean, this house is awesome. I just replaced that whole air conditioner system for $11,000. About maybe it's been 2 or 3 years ago. It has a new roof. I did all that at the same time. I added insulation. I'm thinking it's not one you want to buy and turn.
Well, I mean, you never know. What are you looking to get for it?
I put it on the market by myself, like owner for sale, and that's the only advertising I've done is put that sign right in front of my house. I haven't put it actually on the market. I have a friend that's gonna put it on the market for me. All I have to do is just say when, and he's gonna do it for 1%. I was just trying to save somebody some money in case they wanted to. So I put it on the market initially for $459,000. And the houses around here are going pretty much the same. Like there's one at the end of the street, and it's on this one's 3.03 acres. That one is only at 3 acres as well. But on the whole property, it has 4 trees. And
Okay.
I don't understand if you want your pasture out front, that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But that's just me. I want it to be behind the trees. So everybody else, I built out here before all the rest of these crazies did. But they forget that they're in the country, so they came from the city and then they built their house right on the street and then fenced their backyard like you would a cyclone fence in the city. I'm not getting it. I mean, you're missing the whole point that you have 3 acres.
I'd say. Well, I mean, just rough math, how our offer would work. I this without knowing the address or the condition of the house or anything, but I mean, if you wanted a quick, easy sell, our offer would be considerably less than 429,000. But that's because it's cash. It's not. Cash offers are a little bit different. They're not. There's no appraisal, no inspection, none of that goes with it. But the best offer, like if everything was perfect on the house, would be somewhere around 300,000.
Yeah.
Hello.
That's
Well, I didn't think so. But the flip side of that is, we have a licensed agent on our team, and I know you said you got a friend, and that's everybody's got a friend that's a real estate agent, but he helps us with all of our properties. He helps us lease them. He helps us owner finance them. He helps us do everything, and I mean, he does probably 8 to 10 properties a month for us. So, and that's the only way we eat. I mean, we're not hobbyists. You know what I mean? That's my daughter's.
right. He's your turner. I call him your turner.
Exactly.
He's the one that turns houses. Yeah.
So if you were interested in, a listing, and they say nobody will ever fuck you harder than friends or family, and believe me, I live by
They
that.
not.
So I mean, if you want him to come by, I can, get your number over to him and get you in touch, and see what he can do to work out maybe getting a listing for it.
Yeah, but he's just like everybody else. He wants 3%.
You can't say that. Everything's negotiable. I mean, it would be up to.
I have a friend. So my friend is like my best friend almost. It's a guy, and he works for a big real estate company in Fort Worth. And so his main audience is all the people like in Keller and Watauga, and look at me, I'm holding my hand up to show you. Denton, I came from Denton out here too. It's like they're just a few years behind me. They realize that they don't want to live in the city anymore. But this house is backs up to 114. So when it comes to NASCAR track time, you can lease this house out for 10,000 or 12,000. Last time I had it offered 12,000 for the weekend.
Correct.
I mean, that's crazy, but it's the back 1/3. It's like 3 acres, sitting long ways. So the first acre is all the trees in the front. The second acre is where the house is, and it has irrigation. That's why it's all green. People ask me that all the time.
What's the address on the house?
199 Spring Creek Court, Paradise, Texas. Then the last 1/3 acre is all pasture. And I mean, I've had T-posts back there. I've had horses back there. I've had, you do it all. You move to the country and you want to be country.
And how many? And you said it's a 3-bed, 2-bath.
3, 2.5.
Okay.
So I built 2.5. Like if you have company, none of your company ever has to go in any of your bedrooms, that's the way it should be. They shouldn't go through your bedroom to your bathroom. They should have just a bathroom. And the 3rd bathroom opens onto the back porch where people that are in the pool can go to the bathroom and come back out. Right, they're not going all the way through the house.
Right.
if you saw it, you'd understand it because it took a lot of effort to do this house plan. It's a whole lot. I did open concept before it was open concept was a thing.
Before HGTV?
Yeah. HGTV's just screwing all of you that are doing turns. I say. I mean, they'll say that they do this and they do that, and it's only this much money. It's only because they're doing such a massive amount.
Now I'm looking at
Right.
your neighbors' places. There's one listed for $319. It's been on the market 57 days. The coolest thing about it is the front door. It's got a big custom wood front door with a horseshoe on it. It's got a
Yeah,
pretty cool river
Here's
rock.
the issues across the street. So we're on a hill, and all the water comes down the hill, and then those people have in their backyards. They have. I'm telling you this, and it's not because you're looking to move here, and I'm not trying to sell against them. I'm just telling you their choice of properties to build on suck because they have. I want to call it cavernous backyards.
I got
You
you.
know what I'm saying? I mean, they have real water issues.
Yeah, this one looks kind of like a log house. You know which one I'm talking about?
Yes, directly across the street.
And he's got
And
a above ground pool.
Yeah.
Is your-
That property doesn't look like those pictures. He doesn't take care of his property very well, but a friend of mine built that house, and then he bought it in foreclosure. I think it was in foreclosure, and he has about a dozen kids. And he did not take care of that property. I'm talking about the outside. I don't go in it because I don't know him like that. But he has just piles of shit. Like
Everywhere.
over here, he's kept some. I can't even tell you why either. Some like wood from something. Maybe he was doing some kind of project. Maybe he decided he was gonna build a fence somewhere, and the leftover stuff is like in a pile at the front door, at the front gate. He's just not done well picking. He's not a yard person. Where mine is St. Augustine for one whole acre. It's absolutely beautiful.
Well, if you want us to help with the listing, just call us back. If your buddy, if he can't come through, if he can't get it, I know somebody who can.
He trust me. He'll come through and he'll sell. The minute I put it on the market, it's not going to take anything to get the contract.
Okay.
It's just that house. I mean, it's not because it's mine that I'm saying that. It's because the market is going crazy out here right now. There's
I got you.
Doug Carr
Well,
bought a bunch of property across the street, across 114,
I got you.
and is building houses over there, and they're all going to be $500,000 house. All of them.
I gotta take a shit right quick. I'll have to call you back here in a second.
It's all right.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Later. Whew. That call was gonna go on forever. Docs that poor lady. It's all right. Y'all need somebody to talk to for a few days. Y'all hit her up. So, yeah. I took a little bit more time on that than I normally would have. I just want to kind of show y'all. I try to build the value of getting a listing for a creamer. You can't win them all. It's hard some days, but that's the way it goes. Let's see. Call back, left message. Call back, realtor. Call back, realtor. Call back, left message. This one's another callback. Call back, investor. Call back, left message. Call back, left message. Let's see. So I'm just gonna call them back and leave a message too. Maybe they'll take my call. This dual screen is nice. I like this whole setup. I don't know what I'm paying for that. Hello? Hello? Okay. Well, that one didn't go well. But I like this whole setup. I like being able to produce from this. So that was one that left a message. Here's another. We're just hammering this list. Now, out of this list, I know we got a $425,000 listing for Creamer. Hello? Hello? I wonder if something's messed up. Taking up a lot of bandwidth. So, let's see. Realtor left message.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message.
I like this. I don't know who's been calling back. I should have listened. Should have seen who left that voicemail. This is something ain't right. Something is broken. Huh. Well, this ain't gonna go. Callbacks ain't gonna go very well. Let's listen to already listed.
Hey, this is Antonio. Call me at this number. You've been texting my wife, and she's at work. Just call me at this number, and we'll talk to you over the house on 612.
I'm a little pissy. So why are my calls not going through, call rail? Just close them all down. Start over. There it is. It says abandoned. Ain't abandoned shit. Ring more times in. Greg, these are not Drum for Dollars leads. This is a list I pulled off Rebo Gateway. Pulled the list.
You have reached the voicemail box of 9.
Pulled the list. Drop voicemails to it. I mean, it's been a mixed bag. We don't have enough Driving for Dollars leads right now in our pipeline to really do it. If everybody, we set an expectation last week, which reminds me, we got our morning meeting in the morning. Anyways, we set an expectation last week that everybody every week does a minimum of 6 hours of Driving for Dollars. Then once we accumulate all those Driving for Dollars leads, then we'll fire marketing to them once a week. I don't know. Depends on how many they provide. You know, if you do the math on those, so let's say we're all in on that at about 30 cents lead. So if we do 1,000 a week, you can see we're spending $300 a week. That's probably about what we'll commit to spending until we convert some of these leads. It's real easy with this technology to outspend your skill set. You know, this is something this is an area that we wanted to go into and see what the response was. The response has been warm. There's been a ton of people that have been interested in selling, had listed it. You saw the first lady we talked to is a for sale by owner. Ton of interest within this list, but there was no motivation on the list. Pretty much just your standard. I'm going to carpet bomb one big area and see what comes out of it. I fired off 1,000. We got 153 callbacks. Been pretty good. What we're finding is when you do pull a list with a level of motivation, since everybody knows about ringless voicemail, everybody's aware of ringless voicemail, that list is getting beat up, and I mean just beat up hard, like boom, 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 boom. So when you're at least a list is getting beat up because there's layers of motivation there, then it's like winning the lottery. So you're not getting the response rate. It's just like direct mail at that point in time. Now this technology is cheap, but once you get on the phone, you got to be able to get an address out of them. There's things you do on these calls where you go and they're like, what address is it? You're like, oh, it's this address because you have it in front of you. And they're like, well, I don't live there. I don't know who that is. Click. You just gave them a reason to get off the phone. Where if you are like, hey, I don't have it in front of me. I had to step out of the office. I don't have that information in front of me. I've been calling a lot of people today. Do you have a property interested in selling? They might say, well, my mother-in-law's house or my father-in-law's house or my sister's thinking about selling, or actually here's my address. We were just talking about selling. But when you don't have that rapport with somebody and you're calling them cold like this, it gets really, really, really difficult to pry information out of them. And if you give them some false information, then boom, you're a scam artist and they want off the phone. So it takes a skill set. You can definitely outspend your skill set with this technology, and you'll have worse results looking for motivation to fire this technology into than you would if you set a geographical region. And that's what I like about Revo Gateway. You can use the geo filter. I'll pull it up right now. I'll show y'all. I'll show you Revo Gateway right quick because I got the screen share so I can talk about it. So what I'll do is I'll get this thing signed in. Everything's moving a little bit slow right now. We might be using up too much of the bandwidth. All right, so I'm going to show y'all, give you kind of a Revo Gateway tutorial right quick. So this is Athens, Texas, and this is just the county that I loaded. So what I can do is up here at the top, I've got county search, radius search, boundary search. Okay, so if I go radius search, I can throw in an address, and then I can just do a radius, like do a circle. So if I wanted to be, wherever, but I need to know an address. You go south. Where are we at? Athens. So if I wanted to go here, then I would do that. But if you go boundary search, say which I got to get in the county. Say you're in Athens and you're like, hey, I don't know if that's a good. Well, I know shit about Athens, so it really don't matter. But let's say I like this neighborhood, then I can do a boundary search, and I can drop a pin, drop another pin, drop another pin, drop one here, come down here, and then complete it. And go to lead top and do what I call a farm utility. Do the farm utility, and then filter the search. You can say, oh, okay, I want people who purchased their house before 1998. Okay, single family, owner occupied, absentee owners, whatever it is. I want everybody in this square that bought their house before 1998. And it searched and didn't find anything. So that tells me wherever this is appending its data from does not know when the houses were bought. They don't have a sale date. Actually, it probably would. Let's just take it out. Let's just take the filter out and let's see what it's got in there. I've got a filter throwing it out somewhere. Where is it at? Oh, there it is. I exceeded the maximum number of there's no way. Oh man. Come on. Get me out of here. You got to be kidding me. So bad example. Let me X this. Clear pins. That didn't look like that big of a neighborhood, but it's whatever. No results found. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. This thing's broken. Broken. Swap counties. Let's go to Itasca County. Go to Pleasanton. No filters are on. Got to select the lead top, farm utility. Now it's working. Anderson County just wasn't my dude. Okay, so you can see we got 136 houses in here. Now, if I went and filtered it and said, "Oh, I want everything before 1998," and hit submit, we'll see how it'll narrow it down. So, out of that, there's 80. Okay, so this house right here, 732. Well, here's one that's 2100. If I click right there, it'll give me a phone number if there's one. If I click the little plus sign, it'll give me a phone number if it can find one. So from there, just hit Rebo Marketing. But this is a great utility to have, and you can filter it down even further. You can say, "Oh, I just want absentee owners," you know. And there it is. When we got 32, and those are all your absentee owners inside of that square. So you now have everybody inside of that square, all of their information. And what we would do is pull this out. You know, you'd hit Rebo Marketing, export the data, export it in CSV, and then skip trace it with either Skip Genie or we use Skip Genie, My Plus Leads, all, I don't know, bulk skip tracing. I've never used them, but they claim their data is the best. So you can use all of that and get in an area and then just carpet bomb that one neighborhood. So this software, we pay $2,000 a year for the entire state of Texas, unlimited list. If you go over 1,000 searches, it won't export. It only export 1,000 at a time. So you're better off condensing it down and filtering it to where you're doing less than 1,000 every time. So anyways, glad I could show y'all that on my deal here. So let's see what it do. Nobody's recording their calls other than me, so we can't even listen to calls. We'll be like, oh shit. Let's see.
Hi, Corey. Rick Stevens. I have that land, 10.34 acres between Rose Avenue and Main Street here in Decatur, Texas. If you're interested, let me know. Thank you.
Damn, 10 acres of land. Opportunity right here.
Hi, Corey. My name is Linda. You called about my property in Paradise?
Yeah, we already called her back. So here we go.
Hello? Hey, sir, my name's Jason. I think my partner Corey tried to call you yesterday, and I just saw this message here and wanted to call back.
Give me just a second to pull over. I can hardly hear you, okay?
Oh, I'm sorry, sir.
Okay, that's a little bit better.
Yeah, I was just saying, my name's Jason. I guess my partner Corey tried to call you yesterday. I saw a voicemail here. He was out, and I was just trying to catch up for him. I know he's been up north of Hazel. He's been all over Wise County and stuff looking for some properties up there. But I was just trying to touch back with you because I don't like leaving voicemails unanswered.
Yeah, and I understand. I'm just kind of curious how he got my phone number.
Oh, you know what? We just look up properties on the CAD, and then we go to like True People Search or Spokio and try to find them from there. Sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong. I don't even know what property he was calling about. But it's about a 50-50 shot.
I live out in Decatur, and he said he was interested in purchasing the property. I don't know. I mean, I've thought about selling it, but it's got a pretty high market value.
Well, I mean, if it's something we can't purchase, sir, we can. I mean, we can always. I can't buy every property. There's no hard feelings.
Right, I understand that. Because like mine, the tax on it's $425, the tax value.
Man, that's awesome.
So on this, like right there, and this for Jason to watch. So when that happens right there, you got to go immediately into the realtor. You got to start. He knows we don't. I don't give a damn if I'm going to make $425,000 on top of the $425,000. I don't want to wait the 300 days it's going to take to sell that property with that money sitting still. I'd rather roll that money over and over and over again on little deals that I know if the market turns, we can rent out and that fast. So we're not going to make money on this property. The way we monetize this lead is to get into, like right there, Jason thought, and as soon as he went in, I can't buy every property, but we got the best agent on our team and start to pitch. So this is why scripts are important to a certain degree, because if you don't practice these things, if you don't get on the phone and if you don't work through this, you get caught. Now, Jason told me whenever I was on my way over, he's like, man, if you want to listen to 35 of the worst calls ever, go into it. I'm rusty. Well, the rust shows right there. But everybody can't be like everybody else. You got to find your way to do this.
Yeah, and it's not awesome when you got to pay the tax every year, but
motivation.
It's pretty expensive house. It's like 4,400 square foot.
Oh yeah. I doubt we were calling about yours. Sometimes these records get all screwed up. But I'll tell you what I am going to do. I'm going to have Cody call you. He's my the realtor guy I work with, and he can at least tell you what your market value is. Beyond the tax.
I mean, yeah, it might be less, it might be more. I know the taxes aren't always accurate.
Sure. But would that be okay if I just gave Cody your number and had him call you?
Yeah, and just have him do me a favor because I'm going to be out of town for about another week. I'm up in Montana right now enjoying the cool weather. Man. So if we don't get a hold of him,
so that is the listing that Cody locked up. He's got a listing appointment with him. So good job all the way around on that. Let's see what this is. There's no.
No.
Hey, ma'am. My name's Jason. I think my partner Corey tried to get a hold of you. Saw a message here that said something about him hanging up or something like that. So I just wanted to call you back. Wanted to touch base with you. He was just trying to find the owner of some property up. I don't know if it's in Wise County. It's north of Hazel over there. And they were trying to track down.
Oh.
So if I'm critiquing, when you give any sort of location, it gives them a chance to get off the phone. And we know that we buy anywhere that there's a deal. So when you give location like that, if she just cross the county line and whatever, Parker County, whatever fucking counties touch this county, then she can say, oh no, that's not me. Sorry. Click, get off the phone. So you don't want to show your hand. When at the beginning of a call, every single call, you got to start it out the same way. It's like when you're at the strip club with your buddies and you're dating a girlfriend in college and she don't like strippers. You're always with your grandma. You're always working, or you're always wherever you are when you're at the strip club. It's the same thing every time. You got to start these calls off the same way every time. When you get on this call right here, you got to get to the point. Hey, look, somebody might have said you were interested in selling your property. Well, who would have said that? My buddy Corey drives around. Well, he called me the other day, but I don't know what the hell this is about. I don't have any interest. I don't have a for sale sign in my yard. That's cool. We buy properties that aren't for sale all the time. If you're interested in cash offering, we do it. Well, we actually been talking about it, but you got to start off the same way. If you tell them a location, a specific, anything that they can dispute, anything that's concrete that they can say, oh no, that's not me. You know what I mean? Boom, they're off the phone. So just keep that in mind when you're putting together your script.
Okay, I don't have any idea.
Okay, yeah, we were just trying to buy a house over there.
Oh, okay, so you're the one that would call several times and it would ring one time and by the time I get to it, just.
I guess so, ma'am. I don't know. Maybe his phone was maybe he was out of what do you call it? Out of range or
I don't
something.
think it was I don't think it was that. It was just like I say, it would ring, but it would just ring a partial ring, and I would answer it, and there wouldn't be anybody there, but the phone number would be there. So I'd call back, and it would say, "This is Corey," and so I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sorry, ma'am. We were just.
Oh no, that's just fine.
He was trying to make some calls. I'm calling back for him because he's busy with something else today, and we're just trying to look down a couple houses up there to buy. We're always looking for something. That's how I feed my kids. So I've always got to make a call back.
I understand. Well, we don't have one for sale, so I don't have any idea.
Well, if you ever know anybody looking to sell a house that needs a little fixing up or something like that, we're always looking
Well, there's
for.
quite a few here in town that need that, all right. You might just drive around. A lot of them don't have for sale signs, but you can
Well, that's what
check
we
with City
do.
Hall and find out who owns them. So
That's what we do. We look them up on the CAD. We go down to the appraisal district and look them up, and then we try to hit the internet to find the phone number, and then somehow we end up calling you on accident. Of course, the internet's a mysterious place, and it's probably
You're right. You're right. You can get totally lost in it. But yeah, I know there's a guy named Charles Haynes who's got a house over there that's empty, but I'm not sure he would ever sell it. It needs some fixing, quite a bit of fixing up, but it's a really nice lot. And I can't even tell you what street it's on. I believe it is at the end of Morton, but I wouldn't swear to that. West Morton.
Watch this. So, right now, that was very, very good on Jason's part. So, what we're going to do, live on live, we're going to dox our own lead. Okay. We'll see if it'll come up. Oh, yeah, I can share the screen. What's up with it now? Boom! In there. Okay. So she said, that's what she said. That's what I heard. Oh, well, that's why. Here it is, right there. Now, look at them. Look at it. She said, where was it? We'll go back. Go back. Let's see. Oh, dox this poor lady.
And I can't even tell you what street it's on. I believe it is at the end of Morton.
There it is, at the end of Morton, right here. Okay. Check her out. Gold, right here. Live on live. Live on live. Let me get this other. Ooh. Ooh. We fancy. Fancy in this bitch. So I can't. Y'all ain't commenting. So I'm going to comment. We fancy. Showing that. We fancy. All right. So watch this. So we'll get old Charles Haynes here. There's his regular address, but we're gonna view property on it. Okay, so he's got a little ship box on Morton. All right, and we got a PO box for the address. So I'm gonna bet. Where we at? Skip Genie. They just charged me today. Skip Genie. Where you at, son? log this bitch in. So what I'm gonna do is take all property information here. I'm gonna go back, and I'll bet Charles and Margaret here, yeah, they got the same PO box. But this one, where's it at? Where's the address for this at? The above property tax estimation is not a tax bill. Bill banks, 0. Maybe not it. Here we go. Maybe this is it. No. Well, let's just do it off of this. Actually, 0 Willowbanks, I guess, would be the address. I'm gonna search it on my phone. Y'all probably going faster than me. One of y'all's probably already on the phone with it. 0 Will Banks. Okay, I'm just gonna get this information right here. I'm just gonna copy and paste all of this. Control C. Skip Genie. That's probably the worst way on earth to do this. But this is the fastest way I know how. We're going to search them down. See what we can do. I guess I'll undock them right quick, though. I'll give up my lead. Oh, shit. Too late. Okay, here we go. Let's see see if we can get in touch with Charlie. Charles. What do y'all think? What do y'all like our chances? We only got 3 numbers here. I like my chances. Hold on, I think somebody left the door open. Charles might be eating.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 940.
Okay. So that follow-up question that Jason asked is the reason why we're running down this rabbit hole right now. I don't even be honest with you. I don't even know where Boyd, Texas is. So, well, we have the address. We have the callback. I'm gonna take. Hold on. Where's that? Okay. I'll go ahead and look it up. Year built 1950. Could be problematic. Oh, shit. Don't matter. Hell with it. Well, there we go. So this would be an ugly ass neighborhood. And this looked kind of like a duplex at the moment. Let's run a CMA. First thing I do on Propelio CMA is take the year built out. Whenever it's this old, you got to take the year built out. First step, because it's not gonna bring up anything. So, $130,000 house built in 1950. That was fancy. Somebody went in and remodeled it, sold in 6 days, and it's only a 1 bed, 1 bath for $130,000. This one is built in the 48. Looks like it came with some land, 2 acres, and it sold for 100% of list price or 90% of list price in 28 days. $100,000, 80% in 28 days. Doesn't even have a year built on it, and that roof looks hammered. Look at this. Look if I can see that. So this house is so ugly, it don't even have an inside pick. But it was on 1.5 acres. 180,000 is pending, and it's a new build. 220,000 was built in 2018. It's fancy too, and it's pending. So our subject property, and it's worth an offer. And since I already doxed this guy, I'm guessing he'll have 47 of them. But I don't really know. But that was a great job on Jason to ask the follow-up question to be able to get this. Now, I've got the guy's number. I'll send the screenshot to the group message and say, hey, these are the 3 numbers to call. There we go. There we go. Either way. So they have been calling through it. Let's go back. Let's listen to some more. See what we got.
Hello?
Hey, ma'am. My name's Jason. I think my partner Corey tried to call you yesterday, and you called back. I was just trying to call back. We were trying to find the owner of some property. It seemed up in, I guess it was in Wyatt County. He was up in 81 up north of there yesterday, or between there and Decatur. But
yeah. This one says there's an appointment set right here.
Hey, sir. My name's Jason. I think Corey tried to call you yesterday about some property. He was, I don't even know where he's at. He's up over in Wyatt County or somewhere up north of Maysville. Checking around with some stuff, but I was just wondering, I didn't want to not give you a message back. He was out today, so I'm trying to catch up for him. Do you have a property up there you're looking to sell, sir?
Oh, there's always something for sale.
Oh, man,
there's nothing that's on MLS. Look, I handle some rent properties. I don't know where he got my number from. I handle some rent properties that are for sale. I do have a property I bought over there.
Yeah, that's the 1% guy. So
this is Matt. I can't come to the phone right now.
Call him back. Just keep calling.
Hello, this is Matt.
Hey Matt, this is Corey Thompson. I'd think I called you a couple of days ago to see if you might be interested in selling a property.
I think you talked to my wife.
Yes, sir. Hello.
What property are you looking at?
I don't know. I've called so many people. I've got myself confused now.
I see. You know, I've got a lot of property, and I buy and sell all the time, and I doubt seriously you're going to pay what I would want for any of mine.
What are you looking to get for them? Are they rented or?
I mean, like I said, I got a lot of properties. Some of them are rented, some of them I use, some of them are investment type properties sitting there, some of them are this, some of them are that. Just, you know.
Yes, sir. Which ones? I mean, probably the only ones we'd be able to make a deal on are any of them that are giving you a big problem. I mean,
None of them give me a big problem.
Yes,
the only problem I got to figure out is how I'm going to spend all the money they make me.
Good problem to have. Good problem to have. How many do you got?
I mean, what? I mean, I've got 15 rental units. I've got about 10 or 12 buildable lots. I've got some acreage, that type of stuff.
Okay. Well, if you got any of them that are you know, you don't want to deal with the deferred maintenance or got any problem tenants or anything like that, those would be the ones that we'd be interested in. You know,
and that's the kind I buy. You know, I mean, I find those and I buy them, just like you.
Yes,
you
sir.
know.
Well, I mean, if we run across something, do you want us to call you and maybe see if we can't throw it to you if it's a little bit outside of our comfort zone?
Yep, please do.
Okay, I'm gonna put down your number because I mean, I just spoke with a lady and she said, well, no, my property isn't for sale, but her neighbor, I don't know what happened to him, but you know, the property on the street there is vacant. It was built in 1915, though, but it might make a good owner finance note, or you know what I mean. It's in Boyd.
Yeah.
I don't know if you.
That's exactly where I like.
Okay. Well, if I can track this guy down, you know, I've kind of been trying to look up his number, same way we looked up your number. So, if I get in touch with him and he wants to do something, then we'll see if we can make a deal work on that.
That's the kind of stuff I buy. You know, several of them a year.
Okay. Well, I look forward to doing business with you.
Okay, you too.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So, anytime you run into an investor, it looks like it's going to be a time vampire, and that guy didn't really have any motivation to sell. I tried to, you know, poke his pain of maybe a problem tenant or deferred maintenance or something like that. He had no interest. He wasn't going there. So, turn him into a buyer. Hell, if we can get this Boyd deal under contract and kick it over to him and make a $10,000 assignment and not have to mess with it, you know, that local buyer right there, he's got 15 units. Got him down right here. 15 units, living his best life, doing everything that we're doing, and wanting to buy more. He says he buys a couple a year. Heck, you got a built-in buyer that probably will never grace Facebook and is definitely not a daisy chain wholesaler. So sometimes you got to flip the script. If you're dealing with a landlord, hey, you want any more? Let's work out a deal. Let's figure out a win-win. So maybe there's a little gold right there. There's gold in these here hills. Let's see if my note showed up. My note did not show up. Tags. Buyer is not on there. Let me see. Investor. Travion sent me a message. So, Meyer, there we go. What else we got? So I've been at this an hour. I don't feel like I made any headway. But the one thing I am looking at is the guys are making their callbacks. You know, they're going back and forth. They're making their notes.
Hello, Corey. I got a message from your phone that you were looking at properties. One, which property are you referring to? And two, what makes you think I want to sell? If you could call me back to discuss this, I'd appreciate it. Bye.
Oh, she's savage.
Sherry.
Well, I was calling you back about.
Okay, so we're already back to when our initial did the drop, and I was calling people back. So we've got a lot to call through on this list. A ship load to call through on this list, and I can see that over the weekend, there was either very few calls went out. There's been 21 today. That's probably because maybe they seen this. Maybe it's all 21 of mine, but definitely have calls that need to go out.
Yep.
So what I have, let me see. I've got one. Got another. Anyways, we'll see what we come up with. I hope y'all got some value out of this. I got to wake Emery up. I'm gonna go to the grocery store, get some ribs. Appreciate y'all being here. If you're not in the Facebook group, get in the Facebook group. If you are in the Facebook group, I appreciate your support. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe so we can get up to where we can monetize. I appreciate y'all's time. I appreciate y'all's energy. Looking forward to the Vegas Mastermind. We'll see y'all.